The Wicked Widow's Lodge House. Nestled deep in the shadowed forests of a forgotten valley, the widow's lodge stood as a monument to a dark past. Its towering silhouette seemed to pierce the heavens, its windows like gaping eyes, watching over the land below. The locals whispered that the house had been built by a woman whose name was lost to time, but whose reputation lingered, stained by the blood of betrayal and vengeance. The widow, once a beautiful woman of high standing, had married into wealth. Her husband, a prosperous landowner, had built the lodge as a grand gift for her. But the prosperity was not to last. Her husband mysteriously died. Some said it was a tragic accident, others a slow poisoning, and still others claimed he had been driven to madness by the whispers of his wife's dark secrets. With his death, the widow inherited everything, but instead of grieving, she became more powerful, more enigmatic. She shut herself away in the lodge, allowing only a few servants to enter. The villagers spoke in hushed tones of strange lights flickering from the windows at night, of eerie sounds that echoed through the trees like a child crying or a woman weeping. It wasn't long before the widow began to invite guests to the lodge. The house was known to play host to those who had nowhere else to turn, outcasts, travelers, and even those who sought refuge from the law. However, none of these visitors ever left the lodge. Whispers told of the widow's eerie smile, her cold, calculating eyes, and a sense of foreboding that grew stronger the deeper one ventured into her home. The lodge itself was a labyrinth of dark hallways, secret rooms, and hidden staircases. Every room seemed to contain portraits of the widow, each with a different expression, some of love, some of rage, and others, strange as it seemed, of pure sadness. Some said she had painted them herself, others that they were cursed. The most frightening part of the house, however, was the cellar. Those who had entered it described it as an endless abyss, a place that seemed to go deeper and deeper, as though it were a gateway to another realm. No one who had entered the cellar ever returned. One evening, a curious traveler named Alistair, drawn to the legends of the Wicked Widow, arrived at the lodge, seeking answers. He had heard the rumors but refused to believe them, thinking them nothing more than village superstition. The widow welcomed him with a charm that was almost too perfect, inviting him to stay the night. She spoke of her late husband with a tenderness that seemed unnatural, her eyes gleaming with a secret knowledge. As the night wore on, Alistair became aware of the strange atmosphere in the house. The air grew